Oh, we did. Okay, fine. Introduction to PAR and BAR. What is PAR? What is BAR? We studied. PAR is purchase action ratio and BAR is brand advocacy ratio. Correct? Purchase action ratio is directly related with sales because you are purchasing, right? And the sale is happening. And brand advocacy ratio is related with the sales growth because I purchase the things and I do the brand advocacy. I recommend the brand to other people. So the sales growth happens. Clear? PAR helps, means purchase action ratio helps to measure how well companies convert brand awareness into brand purchase. I should be first aware of the brand, then I will purchase the brand, right? In PAR. And in BAR, BAR measures how good companies convert brand mindfulness into brand advocacy. Agreed? Follow?
Yes, ma'am.
And I gave you the example also that if I go in the market, so say from a population of 100 people in the market, brand, say suppose X is spontaneously recalled, brand X is spontaneously recalled by 90 people out of 100, then out of that 90 people, only 8 people end up buying the brand and only 8 recommend the brand. Therefore, the purchase action ratio for brand X is 18/90. Barabar? Because out of 90 only 18 purchased. So how much it is? 18/90 or 0.2. And the BAR is brand advocacy ratio is 9/90 because out of 90 people only 9 recommended the brand. Barabar? Or 0.1. 9/90 or 0.1. So on the surface, brand X looks promising since it has good brand awareness of 0.9. But in fact, it performs rather poorly. It fails to convert high level of brand awareness. So PAR and BAR allow marketers to measure the throughput of their spending, particularly while generating brand awareness. Clear, all of you? Then we studied about decomposing PAR and BAR. Decomposing, this is the ratio, purchase action ratio, that is your act upon total market divided by aware upon total market. Means customers buying brand X upon total market. Customers buying how much the customers have bought upon the total market, which is equal to the market share. And customer aware divided by customer aware of brand X upon total market. So market share divided by market awareness. This is the purchase action ratio formula which I have given. And this is the figure which I have given you here about purchase action ratio, how good companies convert people who are aware of them into purchase actions, and brand advocacy ratio, how people convert this mindfulness into brand advocacy. So purchase action ratio is equal to purchase action upon spontaneous awareness, and brand advocacy ratio is spontaneous advocacy upon spontaneous awareness. Clear with this diagram, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now we will study decomposing PAR and BAR. PAR
Yes,
and
ma'am.
BAR, decomposing PAR and BAR. Now to decomposing PAR and BAR, to determine the profitability of a company, return on equity may be considered metric to summarize profitability as measured by net profit margin. Summarize profit as net profit margin, asset use efficiency as measured as of asset turnover, and financial leverage as measured by equity multiplier. So now here the goal is to have higher return on equity, which means high profitability, maximize assets, and high leverage, financial leverage. So with PAR, market share is always 0.5% of brand awareness. And this is a determinant on how marketers should be careful in spending. Now, why this is decomposing PAR and BAR? Why they're low? What do you mean by low conversion rate? Where to appeal? poor customer attraction is there. That's why even if I'm aware, there is no much of appealing in that. The poor customer attraction is there, low brand positioning is there, because the market implementation is not strong there. So the attraction level is close to 1. From appeal to ask, customers are not compelled to ask questions. Brand message is unclear if they ask too many questions. Curiosity level is not closer to 1. So the conversion rate is low. In ask to act, low commitment level. People talk about the brand but do not purchase it. That's why it's low. And ask to advocate, low affinity, service is disappointing, not worth sharing the experience. I didn't got the good service. Why should I share my experience to the others? It is like that. Followed? So this is low conversion, decomposing PAR and BAR. PAR is calculated by dividing the market share, which I just told you. How is PAR calculated? PAR is calculated by dividing the market share by brand awareness. So accordingly, marketers may roughly assess the potential market stake increase of their brands. If they increase the awareness of the brand, then what happens? Advocacy, appeal also increases. The further A's are in pipeline. So with BAR, the goal is to go with all 5 A's without dropping out. Without dropping out, you should go with all 5 A's. Appeal, ask, aware, appeal, ask, act, and advocate. You should not drop any of this. 5 A's at any given stage means the bottleneck should be reduced. If there are problems in if there are problems in this path, we should be able to improve it. We should be able to give improvement or find some suggestions in the PAR and BAR. Okay, so altering bottlenecks improves the PAR and BAR values. Is that clear in this? Followed? Now, आपण मगाशी बघितलं बारचं, बरोबर? Now we will see here पार बघितला, आता आपण बार बघूया. ब्रँड ऍडव्होकेसी रेशियो. ब्रँड ऍडव्होकेसी रेशियो मध्ये what happens in brand advocacy? Why I don't advocate that brand? Because appeal and awareness बार मध्ये काय होतं? In bar factor, when we consider brand advocacy ratio, when I consider appeal and awareness factor, 2 A's, which means poor customer attraction is there. Low brand positioning is there. Due to poor marketing implementation, attraction level is close to 1. Followed, attraction level is close to 1. Marketers should also quantify every conversion rate from awareness to advocacy. Loyalty is attraction here, which is low. And improve on how you have to improve your bar, that is brand advocacy ratio, by repositioning your marketing strategy, by repositioning your communication channels. When I come to the next A's, that is ask and appeal, when they become low, when the customers are not compelled to ask questions, when it decomposes, when the bar value decomposes, when ask and appeal are low. Why they are low? Because brand messages are not clear. There are too many questions which I am not able to understand. My curiosity level is not even closer to 1, right? So here, what do you mean by loyalty? Curiosity. In appeal and awareness, what was it? Attraction. Ask and appeal, curiosity. So how to improve that? I have to improve my community marketing. Spread the word around. So the community starts spreading good word, word of mouth. Content marketing should be improved. When I talk about ask and act, two ways of ask and act, and when they are low in decomposing bar, when these two factors become low, when it becomes low, when low commitment levels are there, when people talk about the brand, but they are not ready to purchase it. Oh yeah, I know that brand, but no, I don't want to buy that brand. I would rather to prefer to go for other brand. It can happen that way. So that time what happens? Loyalty factor is what? Commitment. That is low. So decompose bar value, advocacy ratio decomposes. So how I have to improve it? Salesforce. How I can improve it? Channel, improving my channel market management. The next is advocacy and affinity. In brand advocacy and affinity, the brand advocacy ratio is decomposing because of the affinity factor is low. Why? Because service is disappointing. I gave you that example also, no? Brand advocacy and affinity. I had bought that necklace of Nykaa. I was a regular customer of Nykaa brand when it was, when we used to go to malls. But now everything is online. So I'd order one necklace online because I knew that Nykaa is a very good brand. But when I ordered it, the entire necklace was in a broken state. So now I have developed low affinity. Why? Because the service was very disappointing. Followed? So the
Yes, ma'am.
loyalty program should be increased here. Now I have shifted from Nykaa brand to, I will shift to some other brand when it will come online purchase. No, Nykaa brand, the services are not that great. So I better prefer and go for the other brand. So my loyalty has shifted because of low affinity. Followed? Loyalty improvement has to happen. Program customer care has to be improved. Now the same thing, if I give you another example of mine of laptop HP, which was crashed down. I was using this laptop of HP for a long time, maybe 12 years. And I purchased a new laptop 3 months back of HP only. But suddenly when I was taking your lecture, the laptop crashed down, right? So in this case, my loyalty will be there or not there. My loyalty will be there. The affinity is there. It has not become low. Why? Because the previous experience of HP laptop was excellent, and afterwards also, even if the laptop crashed down, my customer care service which was given by that center was excellent, right? So loyalty was there, and program and customer care was also taken into consideration. See, these are the two opposite examples which I went through, which I am giving you and which I underwent through, right? So how the affinity changes and also how the affinity stays also with you. Clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear with this?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, good. Now we will move to the next one. Driving up productivity. Driving up the productivity in the workplace. I've given you eight ways. Be efficient. Consider how your business is currently operating and be open to the potential changes in your work style. Delegate responsibilities to employees and encourage them to fulfill their tasks. Trust them. Then is reduce distractions. When I talk about reduce distractions, social media can be a big distraction everywhere because most of the time people are on their computers or on their phones. But telling your staff not to be on the phones will be quite no policy. So instead of that, you can keep employees focused and engaged while allow them some breathing room. You can tell them to take, when the break time is there, they can use their mobiles. So this will ensure that the time spent is more productive. Then have the right tool and equipments. Good modern tools, equipments create massive difference, not only to the employees, but also to the company's image. So much time, paperwork can be saved with right tools and equipments. Next is improve workplace conditions. Improve workplace conditions. The workplace conditions has to be good so that the morals of the employees, the ambience is created, the infrastructure should be airy, well lit. Workplace always should have help employees to perform better. Clean toilet conditions should be there. Healthy canteen facilities should be there. AC cabins and other infrastructure facilities ensure good working environment. So improve workplace conditions. Offer support and set realistic goals. Helps employees by offering achievable goals. Provide clear direction to your supervisors and employees and clarify their doubts if they have. So offer support and help them to set realistic goals. Next is practice positive reinforcement. Encourage positive reinforcement, encourage, reward, tell your employees that they are doing well, give them constructive criticism. If you want to criticize somebody, don't be very rough and rude. Give them constructive criticism, help them to, help your employees to perform better. Mention one employee's success to the other employees so he gets motivated. That's how you have to do it. Ensure employees are happy. Stressful workplace will not yield any results. So appreciate, respect, and value your employees. That will give them job satisfaction. Next, we come to 4 major industry archetypes, which are there: doorknob, goldfish, trumpet, funnel, and bow tie. 4 are there, but the 5th one is the combination of all this 4th one. So you can mention that in your exam. Everywhere it is mentioned 4 archetypes. Just check out what's happening. 4 marketing best practices include brand management, where channel management, service management, sales force management. Which are the 4 ones? Brand management, channel management, service management, sales force management. So here are 4 successful ways where audience-centric companies connect their best performing marketing practices to the people that matters most. Leverage right data. Leverage right data. When I talk about leverage right data, each member of marketing department requires, when it comes in the marketing department, every person is a different person. Every member requires different types of insights at different speeds and at different levels to perform effectively. For instance, Chief Marketing Officer looking to understand the impact of each channel on total sales by quarter is different from a sales executive wanting to identify its top selling items of the day and his day's target, right? So when the marketers are able to match the right data to correct the strategic action, they can better understand consumers while making smarter investment decisions within and across channels that enhance performance and reduce wasteful spend. Clear? This is leverage right kind of data. Next is take advantage of people-based marketing. Marketers are delivering tailor-based programs nowadays, right? Tailor-based programs, personality relevant messages, content and offers at each stage of the consumer journey. It's made possible by the creation of a persistent identifier that links a person to his or her devices and browsers. So by providing insight who customer and prospects are and how they behave, marketers can offer better, more personalized experience that drive revenue and create customer loyalty. So that comes in take advantage of people-based marketing. When I talk about the 3rd one, which is embrace advanced measurement approaches, what happens here? Effective marketers leverage advanced measurement approaches that includes agile marketing, agile measurements, practices like multi-touch attribution that provides quick access to always on marketing campaigns. Followed, effective marketers leverage advanced measurement approaches. How they give? Advanced measurement approaches that include agile measurements, practices like multi-touch attribution that provides quick access to always on marketing campaigns. From this multi-touch attribution, marketers can get a people-based view of consumer journey and accurately assign credit to all the touch points that influenced a desired business outcome, such as a lead or sale. Followed. So marketers can integrate and improve. Marketers can integrate and improve while their marketing and media team is still in the market. Correct? Even if my marketing team is the market, I can get the feedback and I can improve. Sujit, just give me my specs on the table. This is the third one. Thank you. Then is stay up to date on new marketing technology developments. The most effective marketers are starting to embrace holistic measurement solutions. Holistic measurement solutions means what? Holistic measurement solution means that combines audience-centric marketing performance data with multiple modeling methodologies by reconciling data from multiple approaches into a single audience-centric view of performance. These solutions deliver the speed, they can deliver the accuracy and foresight marketers need. What foresight marketers need? They can help them and need to enhance the consumer experience and optimize lift and return on investment across all marketing investments. So today's marketing landscape is more complex than ever. Correct, no? Today's marketing landscape is more complex than ever. Today's job opportunities are there, but to get into that job also is very competitive. Consumers are more demanding than ever now, and maximizing effectiveness is harder than ever. By embracing these above best practices, marketers can create impactful audience-based decisions that generate the best experience for their customer and good returns for their business. So these are the 4 points we studied. Now we will come to a very important one. These are the 5 major industry archetypes. Doorknob is there. The first major and the most shared pattern is the doorknob. The most distinctive feature of its high commitment despite low curiosity level. High commitment level despite low curiosity level. This is the first important thing. Example कशात असू शकता है? कधी doorknob strategy वापरू शकता. Example, consumer durable goods, consumer packed goods like beverages, food, cosmetics, cleaning products. Correct, no? The most distinctive feature of it is high commitment despite low curiosity. Phenyl is must in the house. Biscuit is a must in the house. Low curiosity level hai, right? So in doorknob pattern, customer do not spend time to research and evaluate option. Gluco biscuit nahi hai, ठीक है, मारे बिस्किट दे दो ना. Colgate toothbrush नहीं है, ठीक है, close-up का toothbrush दे दो ना. So in doorknob pattern, customers do not spend time to research and evaluate options. Followed, since value points are relatively low, customer do not feel the need to learn more about it. Purchases are usually very frequent and habitual in this because it is consumer durable goods, consumer packed goods like beverages, foods, cosmetics, cleaning products. Follow in doorknob. What is it? In doorknob pattern, high commitment despite low curiosity level. In doorknob pattern, customers do not spend time to research and evaluate options. Since value points are relatively low, they do not feel the need to learn about it in doorknob. Purchases are usually frequent and habitual. Purchases are often impulsive and instant, as I told you, are instant and quick, right? If I don't get this type of rice, okay, I don't get surti kolam, okay, give me this type of rice. Give me ambe more rice, right? If I don't get this brand of oil, okay, give me this brand of oil. So purchases are usually frequent and habitual. Purchases are often impulsive and instant, driven by low pricing and tempting promotions. Ek bottle pe dusri bottle free, one soap pe do soap free. So the availability at the point of purchase is also a key deciding factor. It should be quick, easy. This is all is there in the doorknob pattern. And low customer affinity towards the brand they use. They have low customer affinity towards the brand they use. So we keep on switching the brands, na? Correct or no? Does it happen with you all? Happens? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
It happens, right? So you followed the doorknob pattern?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have studied all these points in doorknob. So important is high commitment despite low curiosity and quick purchase and shift, no affinity. If this brand is not available, I'll go for this brand. That happens in doorknob. Then we will come to goldfish. Since in doorknob in pattern also, since customers have low risk due to low price points and brand heavily spend huge amounts to sway customers in their direction with appealing promotions, brand switching is very common. So here I have mentioned low affinity towards the brand they use because there is heavy competition. This tendency often initiate brand wars among the major competitors purchasing higher market share. So therefore, many brands attempt to build customer engagement and improve purchase loyalty in this. Next we come to goldfish. Goldfish. The most distinguishing feature in goldfish is what? The most distinguishing feature is high curiosity level. Ask greater than appeal. Curiosity is high. Distinctive feature. In this pattern, this pattern is found in business to business context. Customer asks many questions. Consider advice from the third party sources. Have multiple communication before purchase. There are multiple communication before purchase. The business players often have difficulty designing and conveying their differentiation. In the end, competing players typically offer similar bundle solutions. The customers spend more time to evaluate themselves on the alternatives which have been given by other people. The best offerings they will go for. So buying process is long, involving numerous investors with different interests in this. Both sellers and buyers are often very specialized in this, in the goldfish pattern. Buying process is long, involving numerous investors with different interests. Both sellers and buyers are often very specialized, with a small number of sellers selling to a small number of buyers. So customers' intimacy becomes the deciding factor. Example, what it can happen? Example, it can be real estate also. It can be travel industry also. In a particular case, say for example, family travel, if it's happening, the buying decision involves a group of stakeholders. Who are this group of stakeholders? Parents, children. Parents must be telling, okay, we will go only to this place. The children will be saying, no, daddy, I want to travel all over the Europe. Father will be deciding what factors will be considered. First is finance, right? So a lot of buying decision procedures are involved. One travel agency is checked who is offering me the best discount. The other one is checked, right? Big number of amount is involved, and a relatively long buying process happens. If I want to buy a flat, there are 2-3 real estate brokers I will consult. So what happens here? The business players often have difficulty designing and covering their differentiation. In the end, competing players typically offer similar bundle solutions. Thus, customers spend more time to evaluate alternatives to find best offerings. So buying process is long. Both sellers and buyers are often very specialized, with a small number of sellers selling to a small number of buyers. There are not many large buyers, there are small buyers. So example also I have given you in which type of this, in goldfish pattern. Agreed? Now we will come to the next one, which is trumpet. Followed? First, second followed? Doorknob, goldfish, clear, guys? Any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I
All
go to
clear.
Great. Should I go to the next one, third one?
Please.
Yes, trumpet. The distinctive characteristic of trumpet. What is it? The distinctive characteristic is its high affinity levels. High affinity levels. Customer trust the quality of the category brands here. They are brand high affinity म्हणजे काय झालं? काय कशात पडतं ते? Brand advocacy ratio ना? I am advocating the brand, no? Right? So customer trust the quality of the category brands. They are brand advocates. Even if they don't purchase the brand, they are advocating it. Oh wow, Mercedes car, no, even if I don't afford it, no problem, but it's a fantastic German car. Toyota, oh wow, fantastic car. Though I can't afford it, but it's a superb car. What happens? I'm brand advocating it, right? Even if I can't purchase it, I'm advocating it. Clients are highly involved in purchase decisions. Their assessment process is relatively easy because most brands in a trumpet category have already developed a strong, specific reputations of quality. High specific reputations of quality. Most brands in this category are niched. Rado watch is a niche brand. Right? So due to a very high price, there are fans who aspire but cannot afford to buy brands in this category. Chopard brand. Wow, big brand. Due to very high price, I am a fan, but I cannot afford that brand. Yet they are willing to praise the brand to others. So since scarcity increases, the brand appeal for potential buyers also increases in this. Followed the distinctive characteristics. It's a niche brand, na? So there is not much availability of those ones. So if I want to order a particular brand, which is not very common because it's a very high brand, so it might happen that I have to book that brand. So there are many potential buyers for it. So I might have to wait for that. If I want to book a particular car, which is not easily available in the market. For example, Beetle car, which is not easily available. I have to book it. So maybe my waiting period is 1 month, right? So since scarcity increases, brand appeal for potential buyers, marketers do not really focus on expanding channel availability. Example, lifestyle categories such as luxury cars, luxury watches, designer handbags. Followed in trumpet. So the distinctive characteristic is its high affinity levels. Is its brand advocacy. Is its, even if I cannot afford that, but I will advocate that brand. Clear? Examples, luxury cars, luxury watches, designer handbags. Okay, the best laptops you want, you can go for it, or the anything which is in the higher bracket of luxury. Next, we come to the funnel. funnel. In funnel, in this category, most purchases are well planned. Most purchases are well planned and customers are highly involved in the purchase decisions. Customers go through every stage of customer part to do the purchase and to do advocacy. In funnel type, the purchases are well planned and customers are involved in the purchase decisions. Customers go through every stage of customer path to do purchase and do advocacy. They ask questions about the brands they like and eventually purchase the brand if they like or if they hear good from the conversations. They may drop the brand from their consideration sets anywhere across the customer path, as overall customer experience matters to them. Clear? Positioning must be deeply rooted in the actual customer experience in this. Positioning has to be really strong. It is important in the funnel type to accomplish multiple touch points such as advanced advertisements, that is aware and appeal. Website has to be good. Call center, that is ask, has to be very good. Sales channel, that is act, because people are sales channel, that is act, has to be excellent, as well as post-purchase services, that is advocacy, brand advocacy has to be good. So all this act has to be really strong. Examples, mostly in consumer durables as well as service industries, it happens. You follow this funnel type, goldfish, trumpet, funnel. These are the 6 points which I have given you here. Right? In this, most purchases are well planned and customers are highly involved in the purchase decisions. Customers go through all 5 ways. Right? Generally, it is in consumer durables or in service industries, it happens. Followed with this?
Yes.
Now we come to the next one, which is bow tie. In this category, each of 4 major patterns of customer path has inherent strength and shortcomings. And in this category, everyone is aware of the brand. Everyone is aware of the brand and is willing to recommend the brand because of its stellar reputation. So combining all the positive strength of all 4 major patterns, that is, which all 4 major patterns? Which all 4 major patterns just now we studied? Guys, doorknob, goldfish, trumpet and funnel. Clear? So combining all these 4 strengths of 4 major patterns, it results in an ideal customer pattern which is shaped like a symmetrical bow tie. Okay, it is shaped like a symmetrical bow tie. It reflects key traits of a perfect brand. Brand appeal is strong, so customers are attracted. Brand accomplish a perfect bar score, that is brand advocacy score is 1 in this. And I've given you the diagram, the ideal customer path, aware, appeal, ask, act, advocate. All this 4 combined together makes a bow tie. Clear all of you with these archetypes? Clear everybody? Then we will come to the next one. Which is bar, median, bar range. What do you mean by bar, median and bar range? And what are the industry types, best practices? We will come for that. So when I talk about this, bar median, bar median is this, this is bar median. Low, this is high. I'm not explaining the diagram right now. I'm just explaining what do you mean by range and what do you mean by median. Okay, this is narrow range. This is high range. Bar median in an industry where bar median is low, customers are generally, where bar median is low, customers are generally, what happens in this? Generally unwilling to recommend the competing brands. In this, word of mouth and social media do not work well. And on the other hand, when the bar median is high, the likelihood of brand recommendation is high. In this case, word of mouth is effective. In this case, the word of mouth is effective. When I talk about bar range, the gap between the highest and the lowest bar in an industry also reveals interesting insights. A wide bar range means brand advocacy range. The wide gap reflects a word of mouth of dominance. There are leading brands with high bar on top of bigger brands with low bar. So high bar, that is brand advocacy ratio value, stands for strong brand reputation, and that places them on top on a customer's consideration set. Okay, so a pull marketing approach is very effective here. What is marketing approach used here? Pull marketing approach when it is high. And the narrow bar range shows tight competition without bar dominance. So push marketing approach is effective here. Pull marketing approach, push marketing approach. Clear? So using this bar range and bar median as an axis, we may derive another industry grouping. Okay. So in industries with bar median and bar wide range, customers are generally ready to recommend several leading brands. In this group, the key success factor is brand management, like developing excellent positioning strategy and executing it through marketing channels. Example, consumer packaged goods like Procter & Gamble or L'Oreal. Examples I'm giving you. I'm giving you the examples in this. So in industries with bar median and wide bar range, with high bar median and wide bar range, which is high bar median and wide bar range. Okay, customers are generally ready to recommend several leading brands in this. So branding becomes very important. Consumer packaged goods like P&G, L'Oreal brands, big brands. In industry with high bar median and narrow bar range, what happens here? In industries with high bar median and narrow bar range, customers are ready to recommend certain brands, even though there are no players with dominating bar score. So niche local brands or equally strong large players are there in highly fragmented market. So success is often determined by channel. Success is often determined by channel proximity and accessibility to key markets. So key success factors are channel management, developing omni-channel here. You followed? Omni-channel here. When I talk about in industries with bar median, high bar median and narrow bar range, high bar median and narrow bar range, what happens? Customers are ready to recommend your brand. Certain brands, even there is no player with a dominating bar score. With a dominating bar score. Niche local brands are equally strong players. This was about omni-channel I spoke about. And I gave you the examples also here in channels, retail industry, departmental stores, specialty stores, and commerce sites, e-commerce sites, which I told you. Now here, when I talk about In industries where median bar is low, but the bar range is wide, customers do not generally recommend brands, although they sometimes advocate leading brands. So customer experience is polarizing with equal numbers of happy and frustrated customers. So leading brands often show their service excellence here in this, and customer intimacy over other brands. When it happens when bar median is low and when bar range is high. So if I do this, the screen comes. Okay. Bar median is low and bar range is high. Example you can give airline industry in this. Now the final group of industries is low bar, median and narrow bar range. In these industries, competition is tight and customers are generally unwilling to recommend competing brands. Customers are generally unwilling to recommend competing brands. Almost there is no word of pull, no word of mouth pull in. So means there is no word of mouth pull. So competing brands have to push strategy. What factor they have to use? Push strategy. That is to skillfully use Salesforce to get the customers here. To skillfully use the Salesforce management, thereby managing productive sales and driving right sales activities. Driving right sales activities. So marketers need to keep an eye on the shifts in their industries and adapt their strategies accordingly in sales by using the Salesforce, by using the push marketing strategy. So this was about the best practices by using median and bar ranges, that is low median bars and bar range also. We studied about it. So now any questions you have on this chapter? The chapter is over with this. So we have completed all the points which are mentioned here, the marketing best practices, 4 major industry archetypes, industry best practices and archetypes, driving up productivity, decomposing par and bar, introduction to par and bar. All of you are clear with this? With all the chapters? Everyone tell me please. All of you are clear? Mehal, Abhay, Karan, Vishwajit. Are they there? Or they have left?
Yes, ma'am. No, here only.
Any clear with all the fundamental fundas and concepts?
Ma'am, I'm little bit confused. I'm not pretty sure whether like I'm just
Who is speaking?
just need Abhay this side, ma'am.
Who?
Abhay.
Abhay. Abhay is speaking. Okay,
Yes,
Abhay,
ma'am.
tell me, Abhay, which point you want to get clarified with?
No, only I just need one general example
Of,
for the driving up productivities.
huh?
Driving up productivities, or I'm not pretty sure what's the topic was, ma'am.
Should I repeat that one? Driving up the productivity proportion? कुठे गेला driving up? Driving up productivity कुठे गेला? It's so easy. Driving up productivity to it means how you see if you are the manager of the company, right? If you are the manager of the company, how you will
Yes,
be,
ma'am.
how you will keep the atmosphere efficient and strong in your company, how you will be encouraging your employees. It is on that thing.
No, this one, no, ma'am. This I
Huh?
got each and everything. No, I'm asking this answer already. I having ideas.
8
but,
ways to increase productivity, na? Driving up
no.
productivity. Which one you want? Which point you want?
Before this, there are four kind,
Bar, you mean to say the bar?
some examples means particular
For which one, my dear?
in general
Which one?
life.
For which one? I gave you two
Ah,
examples.
this one, ma'am.
Right? And this one you mean to say? You mean to say this slide?
No, this one I got, ma'am.
Okay, I will go
No,
from
next to
first
this.
slide to the next slide. One sec. Introduction to par and bar. You are clear with this? How
Yes,
par
ma'am.
and bar is calculated? Brand advocacy ratio and brand
Okay.
purchase action ratio. You just have to mention this in your exam and you get the points. To understand this formula, simple. This you followed?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now this decomposing par and bar. Why the par is decomposed here? Why the par is decomposed here? Because aware to appeal. When aware to appeal conversion rate is low. Why it is low? I have explained you here. When it becomes low, aware to appeal, when poor customer and low branding positioning happens. You mean to ask this question? Should I explain you this?
No, ma'am. Please, next one. I
Next
got
one
this.
is- You got this. Okay, this.
Yeah, next.
Best practices. This is. This one.
Yeah,
is-
leverage right data. Yeah, leverage right data. Take advantages of people base. This one only.
Marketers are this one.
Yeah. Can you do back from?
Your voice is cracking, my dear. Hello. Your voice is cracking. The second point or the third point?
Ma'am, I'm asking from the first. You told me like
Okay, the first one onwards. Leverage right data, right?
yes.
This we will study. Okay, here are 4 successful ways where audience-centric companies connect their best performing audience-centric companies. You followed first. Important word. Audience-centric means what? Customers first. Customer service first. Customer experience should be the best first. So it gets connected to the audience-centric companies, right? Means customer-centric companies.
Okay.
Connect their best performing marketing strategies. How do they connect? Leverage right data. When I talk about leverage right data, when each member of marketing department, example I'm giving you, if you are working in a marketing team, okay? If you're working in a marketing team, every person is having different work. So each member of marketing department requires different types of insights at different speed and at different levels to perform effectively. Agreed? For instance, I have given you, if
Yes.
you are a chief marketing officer, what will be your role? If you are a chief marketing officer, your role will be to see the impact of the entire channel system on the total sales, right? But if the sales executive position is there, will his role will be like that? His role will be to see what my day's target is. Am I achieving my today's day's target? Correct, no? Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
So the roles are different. So when marketers are able to match the right data to correct a strategic action, they can better understand consumers. They can better understand what consumer wants while making good investments, while taking good investment decisions, not only in the channels, but also to have the best performance and to reduce wasteful spend. You got this? You followed this point very correctly? Very easy it is. The next one is to take
Yes.
advantage of people.
Ma'am, it
based-
seems like
Yes.
yeah, it seems like we can go for the other word. It's kind of positive feedback from the customers. The right data,
Right data, wrong data, whatever it is. So some customers may be happy, some customers may be upset. So your channel performance has to be perfect, has to be good. You have to make smarter decisions, right? So that
Yes,
is the
got it,
point.
ma'am.
What is the heading? Leverage right data. Leverage right data. Right? So when marketers can match the right data, they can derive it. Na? So you have to work properly in this team. Next is take
Yes.
advantage of people-based marketing. Marketers are delivering tailor-based. How marketers nowadays are delivering? Marketers means what? Company. Company are delivering tailor-based programs,
Hmm.
right? Personal relevant messages. Now, for example, I got a trophy in Lokmat as an Achiever Women Achievers Award. So what they gave Lokmat? They gave me a Lokmat metal bottle with my name typed on it. So it is tailor-based. It is personal relevant messages, content, and it what it offers? It offers me at every journey of my experience journey with the with the company, which is Lokmat, is very what you can say good. So marketers are delivering nowadays tailor-based, personally relevant messages, contents, and what are they offering? They are offering at every stage a good customer experience. So it's made possible by the creation of persistent identifier that links a person to his or her devices and browsers, right? And how you do that? By providing insight who customers and prospects are and how they behave. Marketers can offer better and more personalized experience that drive revenue and customer loyalty. You followed that?
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
advantage of people-based marketing. Third is embrace advanced measurement approaches. Effective marketers leverage advanced measurement approaches that includes agile measurement practices like multi-touch attributions. What do you mean by multi-touch attributions? At many places that provides quick access to always on marketing campaigns. From this multi-touch attribution, marketers get a people-based view of consumer journey. I get to know what consumer wants and accurately assign credit to all touch points. I get to know this he wants, this other customer wants. So accordingly, I will start planning. So marketers can integrate and improve while their marketing team and media are still in the market. Correct or no?
Yes,
Whoever
ma'am.
is in the sales on the force, okay, they give me the feedback. The customer wants this type. Okay, in the marketing in my department, okay, I can make this changes. If I can make my site beautiful. I can make my advertising banners beautiful, more beautiful because the customer requirement is like this now, right? So that is embrace advanced measurement approaches. Multi-touch attribution it is called. Clear? Ajay,
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Next
Yeah.
point. Next point is stay up to date on marketing technological developments. The most effective marketers are
Yeah, this
starting.
point, this point I
Followed?
got. Yes.
This you got. Fine. Next, any other point?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Any other point? I want good marks for you all guys. This you followed: doorknob, goldfish, trumpet, funnel, bow tie. I have given you all these things in detail also here. Okay, with all the points. Clear, ekdam clear. Just to mention this, you get full points. Provide. It's now MCQs, which is very risky than your question marks and answers, long question and answers. And this you must have followed. Where followed? Clear?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
of you? Great. So third chapter is over. Now fourth and fifth, Ragini madam will take with you all. I will give you all these things, guys. I will give you all my PPTs. And you want notes? I'll give you my notes also. I'll tell Mohit sir. So Mohit sir is busy. So my services marketing and product marketing, you definitely watch it. He's preparing it and he's giving you today or tomorrow max. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
7 P's and 4 P's. All 5 A's are clear with you? Aware, appeal, ask. Should we end here now, guys? Hello, everybody. Should we end now the session with you all? Okay, thank you so much. I hope all the points are clear. So I'm ending my session here. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.